out from my window. Sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone.
When you're a mom of young kids living in the busiest season of your life, it's really hard to think that the word relax and clean can live in the same sentence. Now, when I think of the word relax, I really think of sitting in a spa, getting pampered with cucumbers on your eyes and no kids screaming. But in today's video, we do need to be productive. I obviously have cleaning to do. I have to go to the grocery store, so I have a $400 grocery haul and a healthy dinner idea. And even though I had so much to get done today, which doesn't sound relaxing at all, and even though it wasn't a full-on spa day, I took a minute to step back, slow down, and ended up being more productive than ever. So I'm also going to give you some tips on how slowing down can really reset your mind, recharge your energy, and allow you to be more productive even if the task seems stressful. But first, I am going to go ahead and get started cleaning off the kitchen area.
I don't know where she came from. Kinda turned me upside down. I just don't know what to do. I wanna spend the night at hers and bring her one of my t-shirts so it smells like her perfume. Now I really get what the love songs are talking about, and I just wanna tell her how I feel, scream it out loud. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head?
So typically when we have to do something that we don't like doing, we tend to try and get it done as fast as possible. Like cleaning up. How do we set a timer and get as much done as we possibly can and get this task over with? Or possibly going to work. We're constantly looking back at the clock, waiting for 5 o'clock to hit. Or waiting for kids' bedtime. When is it going to be 7:30 so I can get the kids to bed and have some alone time? So if you're new here, my name is Michelle, and one of the things that I don't like doing is cleaning. And you're probably asking, why do you have a cleaning channel? Well, I myself need motivation to get up and clean. I know I have to do it. I do it, but I just need that tad bit of motivation to do it. So the first thing you can do to get something accomplished that you don't like doing, but slowing it down, is to pair the task with something more enjoyable. Now, I first kind of heard about this concept from a book called Atomic Habits. I highly recommend it. It's from James Clear, and he kind of referred to this as habit stacking, where you are stacking or pairing a new behavior with a daily habit. This really helps you create a new, let's say, positive habit. So I kind of got the idea, why don't we just pair a task of something I don't like to something you do like? Now, a lot of you guys do this already. So let's say, for example, you are working out, but you're listening to music, because working out sometimes can be hard, but listening to music is enjoyable. So it kind of gets you pumped up, gets you going. There you are, pairing a harder task with something that you enjoy. So let's bring it back, for example. So instead of rushing through your cleaning and getting it all done, all you can do, being like super productive, checking everything off your to-do list, I would say just slow down and put on an awesome, motivating podcast. That is the time where I'm just like, I don't even care that I'm cleaning, even though I don't like cleaning, but the podcast is so intriguing that it doesn't bother me and I can go ahead and clean for an hour. Music is great as well, but I do like to change it up sometimes. You can also make a game out of it, listen to a game show or a trivia, try and answer questions, or find an awesome audiobook. They also say that some of your best ideas come from when you're not trying to think about it at all. Just use this time to take a break, allow yourself to relax, and I promise you, you may have some awesome ideas. And I will tell you that during this cleaning session, I was thinking about a video to do because I want to do a lot more home makeover projects. And I'm like, okay, our entryway closet needs to be decluttered so bad. So that will be a great video idea. And then I was looking on Pinterest on, I don't know what I was, and there were so many people that transformed their entryway closet into mudrooms. So when I was cleaning this session, doing dishes or whatever, I'm starting to get all these ideas of how I can somehow, instead of just declutter our closet, transform it into a mudroom space where we can store our shoes and they're not all over the floor. And that's just an example of some ideas that are popping through my head while I'm just getting some stuff done. Now, a lot of times when we don't enjoy doing a task, we think about how miserable it is. So, I'm using cleaning here as an example, but I know a lot of you guys like to clean. So let me put it in another example. What about running? So I do not love running. I'm not a runner. I don't enjoy running, but at one point in my life, I thought I was going to. My sister had ran a half marathon, and I was like, I feel like I'm pretty fit. I can run a half marathon, and I tried really hard, but I didn't get on that level. But what I'm trying to say is that whenever I was running, I would just think about how much my feet hurt, how much I don't like running. Can I still breathe after this? Why is it cold outside? Why is it hot outside? And everything I hated about running, yet I knew it was good for me. I knew I wanted to try something different. So one thing that you can do, and I got this idea from Lori Harder's podcast, Earn Your Happy, is to compartmentalize your thoughts when you're doing the task. So this is your one time of the day where you're going to do this task. You're going to sit back, enjoy it. It may be difficult to do, but this is going to be your creative time or your grow time. So in that case, do not allow yourself to have negative thoughts during this time. So I practice this here. Instead of going, oh my gosh, my sink is so disgusting. I can't believe I let it get that disgusting. All these people are going to comment how disgusting I am and how disgusting my house is. I don't care. I'm not even going to think about that, right? I am just going to go, nope. Once I start getting that thought in my head, I'm going to switch that thought immediately. So you can have kind of a cue. You can kind of slap yourself on the hand. You can do whatever you need to do. But during this time, I told myself during my morning cleaning, I refuse to have a negative thought about my cleaning. Most people don't even know or are aware that they're doing this. And then you just feed off of the negativity about how much you hate doing it. And then you rob yourself of the creative thoughts that you could have had. You rob yourself of the time you could have spent listening to an informative podcast. And you rob yourself from the positive energy that you're going to put out today. So first you need to become aware of when this thought is coming. And then you need to compartmentalize it. Put that thought in a little box, lock it up, and throw away the key. Because what's going to happen when you open that box, it's going to be all of these scenarios and situations that have never even happened, and you don't even know if they ever will happen, but you're over here stressing about it, ruining your day, and it's ruining your relaxing positive energy. So the last thing to kind of slow down a task that you don't want to do and make it more enjoyable and relaxing is to do the task during what Nikki Boyd says, your sparkle time. And I want you to think about it real quick and leave me a comment down below. When is your sparkle time? And your sparkle time means the time in the day where you have the most energy and you feel the most productive. Is it right early in the morning when you wake up? Is it mid-afternoon? Is it after bed where you get all your good ideas and you just feel like you have this burst of energy? When is it for you? Let me know in the comments below. For me, it is in the morning right after I had my coffee. Most of the time, this is when I clean because I know that I'll be the most productive. Now, I see so much social media about routines and night routines and making sure that you're getting everything cleaned up at night and you're just going to feel better. And that's true for a lot of people. But if you ask me to start cleaning up my house at nighttime when I'm on the verge of a mental breakdown, then there's not going to be a lot of productivity around that. So everyone's different. Everyone's sparkle time is different. But for me, I can pair the tasks that are the most challenging, the most complicated, or the ones that I don't like. I can put it right there into that time frame, kind of get it done and over with, and then I can just enjoy my day. And then whatever happens, happens. Whatever I get done, I can get done. Whatever I don't get done, I'm not worried about it at night. But then in the morning, I'm ready for a new reset. All right, so again, the 3 tips that you can do to kind of make a task you don't like more enjoyable, just pairing that task with something that you do enjoy doing, compartmentalizing your negative thoughts about the task while you're doing the task, and make sure you do the task during your sparkle time. All right, if any of that helped you, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're new to my channel and you found any of that helpful, I would love for you to subscribe. I'm pretty obsessed with personal development and motivation, so as I provide cleaning motivation or anything, I like to give you guys some inspirational tips as well.
We used to hang around town pretty late. I spent the week thinking about our next day. It was easier then, so much easier then. Or like that time I picked you up outside of school. You said, screw my dad, I make my own rules. It was easier then, so much easier then. Take me back to those easy summer days when we stopped and
So my bathroom remodel video will finally be out next week. I can't decide if it's going to be 2 videos back to back or I'm going to make it one long video. I'm so excited to share with you guys the entire process from us going to pick out the tile and the design of it, how I've changed my mind like 100 times, and then the final product with it. If you follow me over on Instagram, then you've probably seen a lot more behind the scenes, but I'm so excited the way that it turned out. And a funny story is that the whole design I picked out was based on an Instagram photo. It's an influencer, Sarah Knuth, if you guys follow her, and it's kind of similar to her bathroom. And she had just taken a photo of herself in the mirror, and in the background I'm like, I want that bathroom, and I couldn't even see the whole bathroom, so just like trying to like zoom in and see exactly how her bathroom was designed. That's kind of the idea and the inspiration I got behind trying to do our own bathroom. The reason why we redid it was because it was just something we always wanted to do. It wasn't terrible, but since the day we bought the house 8 years ago, that was always a project on our list, and just time got away from us. It's a big expense. Can be a headache, but the fact that we actually did it was really cool. I'm using the Tinco cordless vacuum. I'm going to link it down below, but it does come with different attachments. So I'm just using the handheld attachment here, and then it comes as a stick vacuum as well. When I use it on the couch, I do put it in max power mode because usually along the sides of the couch, we usually have a bunch of dog hair.
yeah, we stopped at nothing, baby. They couldn't take us, they couldn't change us, they couldn't catch us if they tried. Now we did.
So I know it's around spring break time, but what do you guys have planned for the summer? Are you going anywhere special? Anywhere are you trying out for the first time? Have you made plans? Do you not have any plans? Do you plan on just staying in? Let me know in the comments below. I think in May, we are planning on going to Disney World. It's been at least 2 years since we've been, and we said we would never drive again, but I think we are. It's about a 15-hour drive there, which with 3 kids is, that just like multiply that like just double the time, or at least it's what it feels like. But we do plan on stopping in Florida, maybe like in Destin area for a couple of days and enjoying the beach. We love Florida, or I love Florida area, and then heading on over to Disney World. So it'll be kind of a multi-purpose trip. All right, so I do have to ask y'all, this is a very important question. Are you team beach vacation or are you team mountain and snow vacation? Leave me a comment below. I am 100% team beach vacation. I do like the mountains and everything, but I am not a huge fan of cold weather. And there's just something about being near the water, the beautiful blue water, and just, I don't know. It's just so relaxing, right? I really wanted to take the family to Mexico this year. I don't know if that's going to happen, but bucket list beaches. I know I have a subscriber here who lives in the Philippines. Definitely a bucket list beach area. Speaking of that, oh my gosh, I had to go and apply for the kids' passports. So whenever you have to apply for their passports, you have to give them a original copy of their birth certificate, and then they'll mail you back the birth certificate and they'll mail you back the passport. Well, this crazy story is that, our mailbox is not directly in front of our house. It's like a community box. So in your section, you have to walk to where the mailbox is, and then you have a key and you have your own little slot in this big master box. Well, I guess apparently that a lot of the keys to those master boxes were stolen. So somebody can open up that master box and take hundreds of people's mail from it. And that's what happened to us. And whenever they mailed back the birth certificate, they stole one of my daughter's birth certificates. I had spoken with the mailman, and he had told me that he gave me like a certified document in my mailbox the day before. And then when he went to put the mail in today, he said the whole front of the master box was open and a lot of the mail was gone. So it was just so frustrating. I don't know what to do. I filed a police report and I am a little bit freaked out, but it's just such a bummer. I do have backup birth certificates for all my kids, but it's like you can't like replace that information. It's not like a credit card you can cancel. So I don't know what else to do. So if you guys have ever experienced anything like that, then give me some advice. Let me know if there's anything else I should do besides contact the police, which I've already done. But moving on to something better. This is our master closet. So you've seen some of my decluttering videos, but I ordered our closet system. I finally saw that all of the parts from IKEA were in stock because we're going to do the IKEA pack system, but I want to customize it a little bit. And all the pieces are sitting in our garage waiting to be assembled, but we need to renovate this. We want to rip out the carpet. We want to demo all of the stuff in there. I have to think about what to do with all the clothes because I know it's not going to be like a couple days project. We don't have just like several days in a row where we can just knock this out. It's going to have to be like weekends. So I'm really worried about what to do with all of our clothes, where to put them. I'm thinking about just putting them in the dining room and just living out of the dining room for a while. It kind of, I don't know, that thought stresses me out, but we'll get there eventually. I just don't have exact dates and an exact plan mapped out. Now, instead of using contractors to do the tiling floor in the closet like we did for the bathroom, I am challenging Chris to do that. So hopefully he did the tile floors in our laundry room. So because the space is a little bit smaller, I'm hoping that we can do that. Unless he just says he's in his busy season. So unless he's like, I have absolutely no time, then I may hire some contractors to come out and knock out the tile.
look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feet.
So I recently got asked a question in my comment section, and they asked, how do I do it all? I do work from home full time. You know, I have 3 kids, 5 and under, and then also here on YouTube. If I'm going to keep it short and simple, the absolute real answer is I don't do it all. I have help with the kids. I love my kids more than life itself, but I do need some time to be able to, you know, fulfill my purpose, not only as a mother, but also on a community platform, on a personal level, on a work level. So to be able to do all of that, I need them to have their independent time at their school. Do I feel guilty about that? Absolutely every day. But I know that I'm a better parent because we have a little bit of that separation time. While they're away, I'm able to deeply focus on my goals, what I hope to accomplish, what I hope to bring value in our family and in our life. I have time to work during the day, and then I also plan out time to do content. A lot of my content's created on the weekends, and then throughout the week I have a priority set to make sure I get this video edited by Wednesday, or make sure that I finish the voiceover, you know, by this day. I work out typically during lunch. It's not always at lunch. Sometimes it's a little sooner. Sometimes it's a little later in the afternoon. Sometimes I don't get to it, but I do have a priority 3 days a week that it's going to happen around lunch-ish time. Another thing is that I don't have strict routines. I know that a lot of people do. It's really popular, and some people need that, but I need flexibility. If I am too strict on a routine, then it affects me negatively. I do better with deadlines and meeting deadlines than I do sticking to a exact routine. Now, are there things I do routinely? Absolutely. I wake up and brush my teeth every morning and get the kids to school and do all of the things. But a lot of the stuff I am a little more flexible on. I typically plan out the week a little bit, and then I'll look at what's today's priority and how am I going to accomplish that. So to overall answer your question is focus on priorities and don't beat yourself up when something doesn't get done. And the more you have on your plate, I recommend don't being afraid to ask for help. But I did get a request for more meals, and a long time ago I put together this weekly meal plan / grocery list / recipe-ish book that I never fully finished. But for me, it was to make easy, healthy recipes. I don't cook a whole lot, so I don't know all the tips and tricks and amazing recipes, but it was something that I can put together for the family that is healthy and that it is easy. So I ended up mapping out a few meals for the week, and based on the grocery list, I headed over to the grocery store and somehow spent $400. I'm like, oh my goodness, groceries have really gone up. I usually don't spend $400, I will say that, but I did have to get additional things like formula and, you know, diapers and paper things that, you know, kind of add up, but you don't buy every single time you go. So anyway, I'm going to unload all the groceries and show you guys what I got. Now, Chris does like to grill a lot, so usually I would just pick up lots of different meats and then sides, and I would just kind of put together some of the sides, and then he would just throw something on the grill, and that is usually what our dinners consist of. But I'm going to try and incorporate some CrockPot meals and easy things that I can put together. I don't know about anyone else, but between the hours of like 4:30 and 7:30, it's just chaos at our house. That's the time that I put my phone down and I try and give 100% attention to my kids. Now, here are some of the meats I got. We plan on grilling steaks one night. I want to make this easy chicken recipe where you fill it with some cream cheese and spinach, and then also some fajitas. And then I do want to make like a shrimp sausage boil, like mix it with vegetables and kind of steam it on the stove. So those are a couple ideas I have. These tuna packets, I do eat a lot of higher protein, lower carb meals, and these are great to mix with salads or to put on a sandwich because they're very high protein, not a lot of fat and not a lot of Carbs, if you are more carb conscious, and this is what I eat for lunch a lot. I mix one of those packets with some one of those pre-made salads. And since I do like a little bit of sweets, I would add like a fig bar maybe with it as well. Now, depending on, certain grocery stores, I'm sure you guys experience this. Some grocery stores have what you want and some don't. This grocery store, I couldn't find the fig bars. They have different types of bars, but and this is just like a tuna salad, chicken salad mix on lettuce wraps. And then I don't like cutting onions. Sometimes I do, so I will buy some pre-cut vegetables already, and then lots of fresh vegetables. So we'll probably do sweet potatoes and asparagus and steak one night. We will do, tonight for you guys, I'm going to make a rotisserie whole chicken in the crock pot. On some easier nights, I just buy the canned vegetables, and then Chris will throw something on the grill and we will just dump the canned vegetables in there. Nothing fancy or anything, but it does make it so easy. I have some Lunchables for emergencies. Usually when the kids are like, I'm hungry, I'm like, go grab a Lunchable. And then lots of lunch meat. I told you guys last week I did a food sensitivity test, and I was sensitive to all dairy and also a little bit of the glutens. So it said I was not sensitive to rye, so I ended up buying some rye bread, but it still has wheat in there, so I don't know. And then I have cut out a lot of cheese. I wouldn't say I 100% cut out everything on my food sensitivity test, but I did cut out a lot of it. I feel really good, but like I said, since I didn't 100% do it, I don't know if I would feel better if I did fully give up cheese. That's just such a commitment. Also, when I make my coffee each morning, I would do, regular milk and whipped cream. But since I'm trying to, cut out the dairy, I've been doing the almond milk, and I did the almond whipped cream. That is so disgusting. I mean, I'm sorry if you guys like it. I have to acquire the taste for it. But I ended up keeping the almond milk and getting like the vanilla flavored one. The coffee creamers for Chris. I don't use creamer in my coffee. Just the almond milk I switched to. And then I had to go back to regular whipped cream, and I'm just going to, bite the bullet on that. Some special breakfast. I have not mastered doing homemade pancakes every morning, so we do just quick and easy Eggos. That's their absolute favorite. And on the weekends, we'll do like eggs and sausage. And it's like everybody's buying their own chickens now and raising them. I'm like, can we sneak some chickens in the back too? Or they're probably hard to take care of, but one day we'll have a chicken coop when we have a little bit more space. This is a strawberry, what is it? The top of the strawberry remover thing. You just kind of push it and twist it, and it takes the what is that? The top of the strawberry. I know you can cut them, but I read this article one time that said that the end of the strawberry, the tops of the strawberry where you cut them off, is the sweetest part of the strawberry. So when you cut them, then you're cutting off pretty much the best part of them. So that kind of just takes that root out without actually cutting them off. So I'm going to make a crock pot chicken, rotisserie chicken in the crock pot. And I'm following a recipe that I had from Natalie Hodson. She kind of was in the fitness space, and I had gotten this ebook from her, and it had with a bunch of crock pot recipes. So I'm going to kind of follow her recipe, but then add some of my own stuff and try and make it like more lemon chicken. So we'll see how it turns out. I'll link the recipe down below, but it ended up being so easy, and it did turn out delicious. So I just put some potatoes and carrots at the bottom. I bought the mini potatoes. It says you can, she had it to where you just cut up the bigger potatoes in chunks. And then I'm going to kind of rinse off the chicken. Now, the chicken size kind of depends on how long it takes to cook. It initially said to cook for 4 hours on high, but we ended up having to put it in for 6 hours on high, I think because of how many pounds this chicken was. But you want to buy one that actually fits in your crock pot. Here I'm seasoning the chicken, salt, pepper, paprika. I'm adding some Tony Chachere's and lemon pepper to it. And some garlic powder, but what I would change about this, I would add a lot more. It did kind of end up being a little bland, but it tasted so good, but whenever, we ate it, I added a lot more seasoning to it. So I have onions, I have carrots and potatoes, and then I cut up some lemon slices and squeezed some lemon juice on the chicken, and then I put it on high, cooked it for initially 4 hours, but like I said, it ended up taking closer to 6 hours on high. But let me know in the comments below if you like recipes, higher protein, lower carb type recipes. That's pretty much what I cook a lot of when I cook. Any feedback would be appreciated. But I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was a little bit more relaxing and helpful. Something different that I hadn't done before. If you're not subscribed, I have lots of similar content, and I would love for you to be a part of this amazing community. Also, be sure to turn your bell notification on. Basically, it just gives you a notification letting you know when I post a new video. But if you stick around to the end, I have kind of a funny clip here at the end. But I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you all next week.
The screen broke. Hope it's not broke. Sina, the screen's not broke. Well, just be so careful.